you filming this in a bathtub? Why are you filming this in a bathtub?
Why are you filming this in a bathtub?
That's the question of the year. Hi guys, in my last video I talked about how I wanted to make some more serious videos, and I also talked about how we had some new viewers that we don't know personally for Chaotic Productions YouTube channel. So today I wanted to kick off the 2015 year by making the most personal video I'll probably ever make. For those of you who watch our channel that know me personally, then you probably already know bits and pieces of the story. For the new viewers, I thought this would be something really cool to kind of let you know how Chaotic Productions started, and kind of inform you if you're wondering,
what the heck is Chaotic Productions?
My name's Brooke Goodwin, and ever since I was little, I loved to do acting. I never got any huge parts. In my first play, I was like dwarf number 4 or something like that. They didn't even give me a name or a line. But I got practice and practice and practice, and what do you know, 10 years old and I got Mary in the nativity story at my church. Of course, it ended up with me dropping Jesus on his face in the cradle and the microphone catching it, and then me flipping Jesus over and getting a loud noise again. But I was the best darn Mary you're ever gonna find. So I loved acting, and every birthday I asked for a new digital camera or an iPod. Then when I was 12, the best thing that's ever happened to me. My mom showed me Windows Movie Maker, and my life was forever changed. From there on out, I started making videos of anything and everything that I could, especially crappy music videos to Taylor Swift songs.
You're on the phone with your girlfriend, she's upset. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you.
My little sister Rachel and I even made like a Little's Pet Shop soap opera. So my mom was a huge supporter of this though, you know, she just loved them and she would burn them on the DVDs and send them to all of our relatives. Yeah, it was great. But then one day we found out, hey, you have a tumor on your adrenal gland. All's fine because we get it removed, and she was the healthiest she'd ever been for about a month. And then one day I came home from school and my mom had a lump. We were told that this was something that could happen after her surgery, so we're just trying to be pretty calm about it. So my mom goes to the doctor and they tell her, Lynn, we have no idea what this is. Then they tell my mom that she has a type of cancer they've never really seen before, where it's a bunch of water-filled tumors that clutch onto your blood vessels. Like some kind of blood-sucking vampire water balloon. It was supposed to be just a couple of days, but after about 2 weeks, my stepdad comes and picks up my sister and I, and we all go to see my mom for the weekend. So at this point, I'm not really worried about anything, you know, I'm just trying to find out what's wrong with my mom. And I walk into the room, and it is not my mom that I'm looking at. My mom is not that doped up on painkillers. So it's very difficult to see her like that. So we're in Maryland for a couple of days, and my parents sit me down and they tell me, we're gonna try and win this one out, but your mom is probably not gonna live for more than a couple more days. And so at that point, I was actually not like this. I was very calm and in shock, so I didn't really understand what was going on. I just thought, okay, well, you know what? God is gonna get you out of this, or he's not, and it's God's will. And I mean, at the time, I felt like that, but really, I was just in so much shock. And so we're there for a couple more days, and my sister and I have to go home. My mom stays, and then a few days later, they brought her to hospice. And up until that point, I really was just like, oh, la da da da, it's gonna be fine. And when she got to hospice, that was the moment when I was like, okay. She's probably not gonna be here for very much longer. And I have never seen anyone in so much pain. So we all got family pictures taken, and a few days later, she passed away. Now, what's the point of me telling you this? I have grown, changed, and learned so much as a person in the last year and a half. than I have my entire life. After my mom passed away, I really felt like I was suffocating. And everyone was just, "Are you okay? How are you doing? I'm here for you." And that's so appreciated, but I really just was losing it. And I moved in with my dad and my stepmom and my 2 brothers and my sister. And I decided to change schools my senior year. And at the time I thought, "Brooke, you're crazy. This is going to be the worst mistake of your whole life." Everyone around me except for, my family was like, "This is dumb. Why would you not want to graduate with all your friends?" Well, first of all, I didn't have that many friends in high school. I was pretty much a loner, and I struggled with some real anxiety problems. But my senior year was the best year of my entire life. I made so many friends that were there for me and that are going to be good friendships that I have for the rest of my life. And so I started this acting group called Chaotic Productions, which was the name I'd used on the videos I made with my little sister when I was younger. And we just all grew so close. In senior year, they tell you, go for your hopes and your dreams, you can do anything you want. And it's good because so many people are like, "Well, I want to do this, but it doesn't make that much money." And I just want to tell you, if you get anything from this video, the purpose of this video are 3 things. 1, my mom is my inspiration and my motivation, and you have to find yours. Find someone who you want to make proud, who you look up to. 2, do not ever stop chasing your dreams. If it's what you love, go for it. 3, there's a silver lining to everything, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. One of the lights at the end of the tunnel for me is that my mom was a planner. She planned out so many surprises for me after she passed away. My mom had gotten me a necklace with her thumbprint on it, and the day I was baptized, her best friend gave it to me, and I knew nothing about this necklace. And she had told her best friend to save it for a special day. Secondly, my mom recorded videos for me to watch, saying the things that she would want to when she can't be there. Days like our wedding day, our birthdays, and graduations. I'm proud of myself because I've done a fantastic job of only watching these videos on days when I'm supposed to. So I'm not going to edit them, but I am going to include them at the end of this video for you to watch. I really hope that anyone who's going through something kind of like this, or if you have, it doesn't have to be your parent passing away. It can be anything. I mean, life gives us lots of ups and downs. If you're going through something or have gone through something, just keep going. Because there are going to be days when you do feel really weak and you wonder what the heck God is doing, or what your plan is. But I promise you that He has got it all figured out. And on the days when you are the most lost, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Sorry. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Because life is not an easy thing. Not at all. But it's you constantly pursuing and trying to make the best of it and to not give up. That's what makes you strong. So without further ado, these are the messages to me from my mom, and I hope that you love them.
Happy 18th birthday, Brooke. I am so proud of you. And you, I'm sure, have just been a lovely, wonderful girl this whole next couple months coming up. So I want you to know that I love you and that I'm so proud of you and that I know that you are just an absolute wonderful example to Rachel and to all those young women around you, honey. I know you're getting ready to to get moving forward on your high school years, and so finish that up and get moving to where you're going next. So happy 18th birthday, honey. I love you so much. Brooke, happy high school graduation. I'm so excited for you. You did it, honey. This is such a wonderful, huge accomplishment that we have worked so hard for together, and you have worked so hard for so long, honey, and I am so proud of you. I always believed in you. I always knew you were going to make it. I always knew you were going to get there, honey. And I am so proud of you for sticking it out and for doing it and for getting through it and for knuckling down and putting your nose to the grindstone and study, 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 even those nights when you didn't want to and you wanted to Skype instead. And I'm so happy for the high school years you had and the Paris trip and the memories that we all created through your high school years, honey. I just couldn't be more proud of you. You are such a blessing to me and have always been. And I cannot be happier for you today than any day of your life. And I look forward to finding out the decisions you've made about what you want to do next and what school you're going to go to and all those fun, wonderful things, baby. So know that Mommy loves you. And after today, I'm still going to be there with you every step of the way, pushing, pushing, pushing for you and cheering for you and getting you moving on that schoolwork and what you're going to do with your life and where you're headed. And honey, wherever you choose and decide to go is just wonderful. You know, it's going to be great. So I know you'll make good decisions and you're going to be a good employee and a good student, and you're going to do wonderful things in your life. And today is just the beginning of that. It's just the start. And you've got lots more years and lots more chapters to write in your book. And I can't wait to see the book that you write and you put together of your life, because it's going to be a bestseller, kid. So know Mommy loves you, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to have spent so many years with you, sweetheart. I love you. Happy 21st birthday, Brooke. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we made it to 21. I'm so proud of you, and I know you've been such a good, wonderful example of a young lady at this age. And I know that purity has been important to you, and doing things the right way, and even if you haven't, honey, that's okay too, because life is just life. Remember what I always told you. You just got to take one foot in front of the other and just keep living it. And sometimes it turns out the way we want it to, and sometimes it doesn't. But you're big in 21 now, and not only have you been voting for a couple years, but now you can have alcohol to drink. But I know you'll be smart, and you won't do crazy stuff and drink too much and get yourself in a bunch of trouble or anything like that. And I know you'll be smart, not drink and drive like Grandpa Bill always said. Hey, none of this. You know, no drinking and driving. So, you know, I know you'll make those good, smart decisions, honey, because you are always my best, smartest decision maker. So, happy 21st birthday. Enjoy this with your friends. This is a time to go out and celebrate and enjoy with your friends and bursting into your young 20s, and you're going to have such a great time with that, honey. And I just hope you all, wish you all the best, and that you really enjoy this time of your life, because the next 10 years are the funnest times of your life. And so I really want you to enjoy that and embrace that, and I love you so much, honey. So happy 21st birthday, baby. Hi, Brooke, I'm so excited it's your wedding day. You look so beautiful today, honey, and you're everything the bride I thought you would be. You're just beautiful, honey. And just some things I wanted to tell you today as you get ready to embark on this all-new journey in life. and some things that I've found to help me, and I know I've shared with you over the years, but wanted to share it again with you is, you know, the person you are marrying today, honey, be crazy about the person you are marrying. And marry the person you love, because love trumps all things. If you marry that person that you love, that will carry you through everything. No matter what, all the frustrations and all the difficult times, if you love that person, you will forgive those times because you love them. Be willing to compromise, honey. In marriage, unfortunately, we don't always get our way. We have to give and take, and sometimes we get our way and sometimes we don't. But if you're not compromising, then you're manipulating, and you're making your husband do what you want him to do for you. And that's not fair, because that's not what you want to be either. And you don't want to manipulate him as you don't want him manipulating you. And love your husband despite all his faults. Because, honey, no matter what, we all have faults, and we need to love each other through them, and especially your spouse. And sometimes that's going to be really, really hard. But you got to do that, honey. It's very important. And always keep God as the center of your marriage. And if you keep God as the center, He will keep everything else right. And go to church, honey, and make sure you and your husband bring the children up in the church. And that's important. That support system is very important to have when you go through life. And stick it out, honey. Don't give up. Don't even let divorce be a word in your vocabulary, because it shouldn't be. And that way it's never an option on the table. So always stick it out, honey, and have sex often. A very good, active sex life is very important, honey. It's very, very important. And it's important to keep your intimacy good and strong, and it's important to keep you and your husband connected, so that no matter what, if the intimacy is there, you will be able to get through anything.
It's a great stress reliever.
And it's a great stress reliever, yes. Always put your husband first.
That's true.
And your husband should always put you first. If you're always putting your husband first, and your husband's always putting you first, and the two of you are putting the children first, everybody is right where they need to be. And that's very important, honey. But it's important that your husband come first for you, and that you come first for him, and together you put your children first. And be willing to apologize, even if you just don't have another apology left in you. Just apologize and get beyond it.
Even when you're right.
Even when you're right. And sometimes a 10-second apology can end a 40-minute fight. And what was that 40-minute fight worth over a 10-second apology? And as women, we sometimes grow mature faster than men, and so we learn these things a little bit quicker, and we have to sometimes lead our husbands in that a little bit. But just always be willing to apologize, and keep your positive friends close. When you're having an argument with your spouse, don't run to your toxic, negative friends. They're going to tell you, get divorced, he's terrible, and the people that are going to trash your husband or your marriage. Because that's not good for you or for the kids or for anybody. So keep your positive friends as the ones you want to bounce things off of or complain to. The ones that will still listen to you but support your marriage, so that they realize your marriage comes first in life too. Because in the long run and big picture, honey, all you have is your spouse and your hubby, so in your family. I love you, sweetie. Enjoy your day, and live every day as if it's your last, honey, because you never know when that last day will be. But enjoy every day of your life, honey, and of your married life. Married life is such a wonderful, rewarding thing, baby. I love you. God bless you today, and enjoy being the princess for the day, just like Hilary Duff when you were growing up, wearing that white wedding gown. So enjoy that, honey. Today is your day. I love you. Goodbye, baby. Enjoy the day.
Grandma's got advice too.
Oh,
Be loyal to your husband. Don't
Yes.
trash him. Don't run to your friends. Don't run to your sister. Don't run to your mother
Right.
and complain about your husband, because
Yes.
some people do that, and even Christian women. And I just hate to hear that.
Yes.
If you have a complaint, go to him.
Right.
Give him the
that's-
first
yep.
chance to hear it without having to go, oh, you should, say you have a friend, husband says, oh, your wife was talking terrible about you to Susie. Well, that's not right. You should do
Always say wonderful, positive things about your husband at
like
all
you would want him
times to all
speak about
people.
you.
Yeah, just exactly as you would want him to speak about you. Because you would not want your spouse talking to his friends about how terrible you are, or what a horrible cook you are, or you don't keep the house clean. You don't want your spouse saying those things about you, so don't say them about him either. And if you always say positive things about your spouse behind their back, that will build them up and lift them up, just like it would do for you too. And you know how sometimes even let your husband catch you saying something positive and wonderful behind his back, because the beam that will come on his face when he catches that is just priceless. And it's exactly what you want to feel in life too. Treat that person always like you want to be treated. And like Mommy's treated you all these years, and we've treated each other. So I love you, honey. Happy wedding day. Bye-bye.
And I think for me, one thing I always admired about you, even in your divorce, you never bashed Jeff. You
Yeah.
never did. You always, if you didn't have anything nice to say, you just simply didn't say anything at all.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut.
And you just, and so I always respected, and in the end, everything went as it was supposed
Yes.
to. And God blessed you
Yes.
for keeping your mouth shut and not, dragging his name through the dirt. And I think that that bodes well for, for Brooke to be able to see that you and Jeff can get along and work things out. And
Yes.
I think that's important. Yeah.
It's baby time. Happy first baby. Oh, and you know what? I'm just going to do this to both of you at the same time. You know what, girls? It's time to have your first baby and embark on your life with your husband and the journey of familyhood and putting your family together. And I'm so proud of you for all you've done and the hard work you've put into all this. And labor and delivery is not easy, and getting pregnant and having babies isn't easy. It's a lot of work. And I'm so proud of you for taking this step. And you guys know how important babies are to Mommy, and how beautiful, and how much I treasured you girls, and you were like a tiny little beautiful treasure in my little jewelry box that I kept, and just something to keep and cherish and love, and know that babies are so important. You want to shower them with all your love and attention, and it's so worth it to do that, girls. But take breaks. Don't wear yourself down. Don't overdo it to the point that you don't let anybody help. Get people in there to help you and get some breaks. And every sacrifice you make, know that every sacrifice you make to be there to raise and support your kids is worth it. Another advice, don't let those babies sleep in your bed or in your bedroom all the time. That is a parent's bed, and it needs to be sacred as your husband and wife spousal bed, not for the babies. And put the baby in the crib in their own bedroom. And that's what I always did, and it gave you your break and your space, because if you don't get a break from that baby, you're just going to be exhausted and tired. And sleep when that baby sleeps. When that baby lays down to go to bed, you lay down and get some sleep. That's very important. And don't overthink or overdo things. Let dads help. That's what they're there for. Let them get up and get those babies up and change the diaper. And I know that you'll select husbands that will want to do these things to help. And discipline early, girls. Don't let these kids rail over you all the way at the beginning. That's just not what you want to do either, because you're just going to wear yourselves out. And they just need disciplined early. They can't You know, even from when you're changing their diaper on the changing table. They can't be kicking you and pushing you around, and you know, and that's what creates respect between you and that baby. So don't let the baby walk all over you, but love and cherish that baby, because they're such a precious gift and such a beautiful gift to have. So girls, good luck with your babies. I think the best advice I can give you is all the things you saw Mommy do for you two girls, and the love that we shared and the respect that we shared, and what we had together, and that's important, and that's what we need. So I love you girls. Know that I love my grandbabies, and I'm sorry I'm not there to help you raise them. I so wish that I was, but it just wasn't in God's cards. But I love you, and I will still be there with you every day, helping you every step of the way. So I love you girls. Good luck.